That's what I would tell him. Like, if she does something wrong today, I'm gonna pinch her.
And where would you pinch her at?
Like on her arm, outside, grab her chest, stomach.
So she's been whipped, she's been pinched, she's been punched, teeth broken, bit in the back of the head by a dog, possibly. She has all these injuries that her body is trying to fix, right? All at one time. It's a lot. I know what color her urine is. Her urine looked like coffee. She had so little fluids in her body that we barely didn't get enough blood because her body didn't have enough hydration. Her autopsy report's over 26 pages long because they have to identify all these marks.
This is 34-year-old Tyshawn Martin being interrogated by detectives just hours after her arrest for the murder of her boyfriend's 9-year-old daughter. What initially looked like as a standard child neglect case soon became one of the most chilling crimes that investigators had seen in decades.
What's going on?
As officers pieced together medical reports, timeline inconsistencies, and Tyshaw's shifting explanations, it became clear that this wasn't a sudden tragedy. It was a pattern of deliberate, sustained abuse that no longer could be explained away. And caught in the middle was a little girl who never had a chance to speak for herself. What you're about to see is how detectives unraveled Tyshaw's lies, exposed her abuse, and uncovered the revelations that brought this case to national attention. Jamaria Sessions was born on January 15th of 2015 to Tadrina Dort and Lawan Sessions. In 2018, she welcomed a younger sister, Jaleel, and the two developed a close, tight-knit bond. But sadly for the girls, tragedy struck early. Their mother, Tadrina, passed away in September of 2022 at just 24 years old due to congestive heart failure, having previously survived leukemia. Before Tadrina's death, friends said that she had received threatening messages from Lawan's girlfriend, Tyshawn Elise Martin. After losing their mother, the grieving sisters moved in with their grandmother, Miss Althea Chenault, while her father remained incarcerated. Miss Chenault fought to provide them stability and was already seeking full custody. But on October 24th of 2023, the very day Lawan was released from prison, he took both girls from school and placed them in the home of his girlfriend, Tyshawn. Weeks later, in December, he sent Jamaria's younger sister to live with his mother, citing misbehavior and tension between him and Tyshawn. The sisters, who had always relied on each other, were suddenly separated, leaving Jamaria alone in Tyshawn's home. Family members had made multiple reports, requested welfare checks, and begged authorities to intervene, fearing for Jamaria's safety, fears that would tragically come true months later. On June 17th of 2024, emergency personnel responded to a 911 call placed by Tyshawn reporting an unresponsive child. When paramedics arrived, 9-year-old Jamaria Sessions was pronounced dead at the scene. Her body was unclothed and covered in extensive bruises, abrasions, burns, and what appeared to be bite marks. Tyshawn told deputies that the injuries were caused by accidents, treadmill, stairs, or a skin reaction. Explanations that didn't fit the facts. The Orange County Sheriff's Office immediately launched an investigation. Early evidence suggested prolonged abuse, but the full extent remained unknown. Deputies soon obtained deleted footage from the family's in-home security cameras, revealing Jamaria being viciously attacked by the family's 103-pound Rottweiler while Tyshawn held the leash. Further digital forensics revealed that Lawan, though not physically present, was aware of the ongoing abuse and at times encouraged it. After a 2-month investigation and the release of a 26-page autopsy report, Tyshawn Martin was arrested on August 28th and brought in for questioning. And what you're about to see is a chilling glimpse into the depths of human depravity. Detectives brought Tyshawn in for questioning on the very same day she was arrested. In the hours that followed, the calm story she tried to present would begin to crack.
Right now you're being charged with first-degree premeditated murder, okay? Aggravated child abuse and child neglect. Okay, this is obviously for Jamaria Sessions. All right, so as you know, or may know, right now you're the only person arrested, so.
Honestly, I can't say how she passed away. When I found her, she was sleeping. All I can say is, she did receive whoopings. The girls told me that she fell that day when I was asleep. When I was sleeping, I did not witness that fall. I don't know how she passed. I don't know how she passed away. I honestly don't.
Okay. How did she get the pinch marks all over her body?
I have pinched her before, but from what I saw, I didn't pinch. I didn't do all of that.
Did anybody else pinch her?
Yeah.
Who?
Dad.
Dad? When did Dad leave the house?
I want to say Thursday. I believe it was Thursday. I don't know which day it was he came back because that was unannounced. Like anytime I would put him out, it was just like sneak back into the house. So I don't remember exactly which day that was. But the day that I asked him to leave, I believe was Thursday.
Okay. And he moved his stuff out. Where was Jamari at during that time when he moved out?
I believe he left. The last that I knew, he was talking to her downstairs.
Okay. How do you know he was talking to her?
Because I heard say, "I'll be back to get you." I know he wasn't going to say that to none of my kids.
According to Tyshal, she found Jamaria asleep in the early hours of June 17th and maintained that she had done nothing wrong. She insisted that any discipline she administered never went beyond a light pinch or an occasional whooping when necessary. As she repeatedly denied wrongdoing, detectives quietly noted the discrepancies between her account and the evidence, which would soon reveal a very chilling story.
So what kind of abuse or what kind of discipline would LaJuan use on Jamaria?
What you mean, like use?
Like whoopings, would she timeouts?
Like if she got in trouble.
Like if she got in trouble for something, what would be the recourse that LaJuan would do?
I mean, initially it'll start out with maybe having to run in place. That's a lot of things that he would tell her to do, or they would have to stand on the wall sometimes, and then it eventually resulted into a whooping.
They just wouldn't listen? Like you tell them to run in place and they would do it for a minute or two and then that would turn into a whooping, or what do you mean?
If they said that they didn't want, like told him that they didn't want to do it anymore or whatever like that, yeah, then it would turn into a whooping.
Okay. And when you said that you disciplined her, how was your discipline?
Initially, I would just contact him a lot of the times and ask him what do he prefer her do. I would honestly let him talk to her on the phone, or he would talk to her on the camera. A lot of times he would just beep in and talk to her over the camera, and she would listen to him through there. And I whooped her before. Honestly, I yell a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I yell a lot to try to scare them to get my point across.
But you're essentially a single mom. I mean, he's gone at work or school all day long or playing with
and
friends.
That just started. Like, that just started. Like, I was honestly trying to do those things to get him away from me. Because I didn't help get him a job, put him in school. Like, I did, I paid for all of that, did all of that. I just figured if he didn't have anything going on, he wouldn't leave the relationship.
Yeah.
And it was just too overwhelming for me because, like, my kids didn't have, before they came, we never experienced a lifestyle like that.
Notice the detective's slip. He says abuse before quickly correcting himself to discipline. And this kind of wording shift is a tactic, introducing a changed term, then retreat, and observe whether the suspect follows or resists. Let's pause here for a moment and notice Tyshal's behavior. Her insistence that she only pinched Jamaria reflects verbal distancing, a psychological tactic used to downplay culpability. She maintains eye contact most of the time, but frequently pauses when challenged. Experienced detectives recognize this as a subtle defensive pattern that can indicate deception. So far, a calm and composed Tyshal has downplayed her role in Jamaria's death, shifting much of the blame onto her boyfriend, Lowan. But what she doesn't yet realize is just how much the investigators already know, and that some of the abuse was caught in plain view, ready to dismantle her story piece by piece.
All right, so now you're getting ready to go on a cruise, right? So we're going into end of May. And if I gloss over something, stop me and let me know. So May 31st, you guys are going on a cruise. Who paid for the cruise?
My mom, she prepaid for the cruise, due to Jamaria not, being able to have a experience like that, and my daughter's birthday coming up.
So you decided to take Jamaria with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Whose idea was that? Is it yours, or is it Luan's, or is it your mom's?
Mine.
Okay, so you take her to Miami on the 31st. What, if anything, happens that night with Jamaria? Does she get in trouble? Does she do anything wrong? Is she punished?
Before we left, not before we left, on the road, she stole out of a gas station, and we let him know that once we got back, and he put her in timeout.
Okay, but was anything done on the 31st or 1st about that stealing? Like, did you put her in timeout?
That was the same night.
Oh, okay, so
we reached Miami not long after.
Oh, then you called him, and he put her in timeout over the phone?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next day, you guys are going to get your nails done, you're going to the beach, stuff like that. So did Jamaria get her nails done?
She did not.
Why?
Because of the incident of her stealing.
Okay. And then what about the beach? Did she get to go to the beach and play with her? Okay. All right. So, and then you guys go to get on the boat on the 2nd of June. Any issues on that day?
She checked herself out of camp.
On the first day? Okay. And then what else happened during that trip? I heard from Luan it was a pretty big struggle for you. She was acting out quite a bit.
Yeah, I had to call him every day. From that day, that first day, everything she did, I called him, to deal with it, because, it was 20 of us. Everybody was noticing that I wasn't enjoying myself. So, they honestly was like, Tashia, just let him deal with it. So I would call him for everything.
On May 31st of 2024, just 17 days before Jamaria's death, Tyshal, her mother, and 4 children traveled to Miami and stayed at an Airbnb until the 2nd of June. Tyshal later told police that Jamaria had signed herself out of a camp carnival and was wandering alone on a cruise ship, which, according to Tyshal, required physical discipline, before making a disturbing allegation against Jamaria.
The first night, checked herself out of camp. She had flashed a little boy on the boat.
Now, when you say flash, do you mean she exposed her breast or her buttocks?
Her breast.
Okay. What happened with that?
So, as far as discipline?
Well, what happened? So she flashed a boy. How did you guys find out she flashed a boy?
So, the sister of the kid, the little boy, he was telling his parents about it. I kind of overheard the conversation and what she was telling her parents, and because it was like they was making it known like it was from my room or whatever. So they basically just told me which little girl it was, and I told them I would address it.
Did security get involved, or carnival staff at all get involved in that?
No.
Okay. All right.
She I can't remember everything. I know when her dad put her in timeout, she would start peeing on the floor, saying he told her, because a lot of times I would just leave her with the phone, and she was telling me things that he was telling her, saying that he told her she couldn't leave out of timeout. I was like, well, you can get out of timeout to go use the bathroom. etc. You know, stuff like that. So,
Is that your phone or she had her own phone?
she was using my phone at the time. She had a tablet, but she didn't bring it on the cruise.
So she was, what, reading text from him or something else?
No, FaceTime.
Oh, FaceTime. Okay.
All right, so you're still on this cruise. How was she on excursions? Did she go on any excursions?
Yeah, it was. She didn't give no problems from what, you know. She just I don't know. She just told me like she was woozy. You know, that was her first trip, her first cruise, everything. So
Yeah.
she was just like, she was really woozy from this, and this is from the trip or whatever. But she did everything regularly. We have photos from each excursion.
Anybody get hurt on those excursions?
Yeah, one of my daughters, my 17-year-old got hurt, and 3 of them broke out with something.
What do you mean they broke out with something? You know, like boils or what?
Well, Jamaria, she actually broke out the worst because she was scratching and picking at hers. But we don't know.
Did you take her to the
Something.
Take her to the medic on the boat? On
No,
the ship?
we was off the ship at the time, so we just went to a pharmacy and got creams.
Okay. All right, so you get back from the ship, docks and goes to port in Miami. You guys disembark. Any issues on the boat? Any physical altercations between you and Jamaria on the boat?
Wait, you said what?
On the boat, on the ship, right? Mm-hmm. So when you guys are at sea or at port, was there any issues between, like any physical altercations between you and Jamaria on the boat, or
No.
you just letting Dad handle it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you get to Port of Miami. What do you guys stay in Miami that night when you're back, or do you come back?
Came straight back.
Okay. And then, so you guys came straight back. Any issues on the ride home?
Something happened. I can't remember. But I was the driver, so I didn't really. It was after we had ended up stopping because one of our family members got into an accident, and something happened. I just don't remember. But nothing physical.
And your mom was present through this whole trip with you and Jamaria. Would she have seen the way Jamaria acted?
She was around her a few times. Everybody, you know, my mom actually was enjoying herself. So,
Sure.
I would say the adults, for the most part, were interacting with each other, and the kids were running around doing their thing. She was even able to run around with them and be with the other kids and go to the other room instead of just being in a room with me.
Tyshaw would later likely wish she had never said this. As investigators discovered, her story was entirely fabricated. There was no truth to her claim about Jamaria ever flashing a boy. Carnival Cruise Line later confirmed that Jamaria had not signed herself out of any camp and had remained withdrawn, sleepy, and quiet throughout the trip.
All right. So, Carnival cruise ship, you said that she signed herself out, right? All right, so this is a statement form from Carnival Cruise Line. This is from the person that was the counselor that day on your ship that did talk to Jamaria that day. And this is a report from her saying, I mean, you can read it if you want.
This wasn't the day that she checked herself out.
That's the first day.
But that wasn't when this incident happened.
So what day was that incident?
This incident happened maybe like maybe the next day or
Okay.
the day after. It wasn't the first day.
Okay.
And then it
What day
says
did you guys leave on the cruise?
we got on the cruise June 2nd.
It says June 2nd.
That event didn't happen on that day. I'm almost positive. I even called him and had him on FaceTime and everything. She was saying that she was cold and stuff.
All right.
At this point, detectives were beginning to break Tyshaw piece by piece, and they were also employing a classic interrogation tactic called strategic sympathy. The goal of this tactic is to make the suspect feel understood and safe, lowering their defenses enough to elicit truthful information.
I mean, I hope that you're not trying to protect someone, because I find it hard to believe, just being honest with you, that you as a mother, stepmother, or step, whatever you consider yourself, a caretaker, do you consider yourself a caretaker of Jamaria, at least?
Her mom.
Her mom, okay. As a mother to Jamaria, if you didn't do those things, or didn't do all of those things, I find it hard to believe you didn't see those marks on her body.
No, I didn't see all of it. I didn't.
Some of them aren't even covered. She's wearing shorts. She's walking around naked, for God's sake.
On some days, yeah.
How did you not see them, though?
Because that week we came back, I was sick. I was in the bed the majority of the time.
But the rest of the time. And
She wasn't.
I'm actually on your side, okay? I'm begging you not to try to cover up for someone and take 100% of the rap. If you're 0% responsible, 90% responsible, anything less than 100% responsible. And if you're 100% responsible, and there's a reason behind it, an explanation behind it, like all her misbehavior, and you couldn't take it anymore, you got upset, you got to your wits' end, or whatever.
I honestly can't say what all he did to her. Because, like I said, I walked away from it.
Though the detectives had shown a small measure of understanding, things were about to get much worse for Tyshaw Martin. Because after nearly an hour of questioning, Tyshaw continued to deny any wrongdoing, stating that her discipline never went beyond scare tactics. But the medical findings told a very different story.
I understand that Denaya and Kashara were telling me that she had sprained her ankle. How did Jamaria sprain her ankle and when?
She told me that she tripped over the dog food downstairs when she was walking in the dark in the living room.
So the downstairs living room? Okay. And then how did she get the burns to her feet and her back?
Ozaria said it was from hot water, from the hair.
What was she doing with the hair? I understand Ozaria does hair, but I'm trying to see if you understand.
She has to dip it in hot water. And apparently she had moved or something. I wasn't in that.
Do you know if she dipped it or do you know if she poured it?
No.
You don't know? Okay.
What did Azaria tell you about that? Or Jamaria, whoever, however you were told about it.
I found out from the Shar.
What'd she say?
She told her that she told me that Ozaria told her that.
That she...
burned herself from the water.
That's it. Did you see it?
No. I didn't know about it until after all of this happened.
You never saw it when they took the sock off?
No. Ozaria said that she took a picture to show it to me, but forgot to show it to me.
They tell you it was bad, not bad, she screamed, she didn't scream, hurt, didn't hurt?
She didn't complain to me about it. She didn't say anything to me. And she had a compression sock on at the time.
Who took the sock off?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
And then I understand that she fell and hit her head after she got back from the airport, just kind of being clumsy, going up or down the stairs. Somewhere on that landing, Tashara said that she fell backwards and hit her head. Do you know anything about that? Okay. So the shorter says she fell backwards and hit her head on the wall or the banister. What about?
I mean, I heard about the fall. I just didn't know about it.
What did you hear about the fall?
That she fell from, I guess, trying to use the crutch or something.
You know of any injuries to her?
I'm sorry?
Did you know that if there was any
No.
injury? Okay. Do you know about how her lip got busted or her teeth got broken out of her mouth?
I thought it was from the treadmill
Why do you think it was the treadmill?
because that's what I believe she told Laria that.
Okay. When did that happen?
That week, I don't know exactly which
Okay.
day.
Did you guys take her to the doctor for it? I mean, teeth injuries are pretty painful.
No, she didn't. No,
She didn't complain about it or anything?
no, I didn't even see it. She didn't even show it to me.
Well, I know that you told me on the day that we first met that you remember giving her 2 popsicles on the 16th, the day before she passed. Do you remember doing that still?
I thought I had I thought she had asked I gave her permission to have the
Okay.
popsicles.
These popsicles on freshly broken teeth is a little painful, right? You ever had toothache?
But it had happened days before
Okay.
that. Like, I don't remember the exact day, but I know that she had stated that like at least maybe 3 days. Honestly, he had the same thing, and I didn't know how he had his on it, and I was just like,
You're talking about Lil Juan fell off his bike and broke his teeth? He went to the hospital when he broke his teeth. Did it hurt?
that's what he told me.
Right. Well, that's what he told me too, but he told me it hurt and he went to the hospital because of it and wanted some pain meds.
Detectives were also prepared to confront her with over 2,800 deleted security camera recordings from the home, dating back to June 12th, which directly contradicted Taishal's claims of innocence.
The home security system you guys had, who had access to that on their cell phones?
Me, LaJuan, and my mom.
The one didn't have access to it.
He had access to the phone, my phone.
Your phone, yes, but who had it on their phone? Was it LaLon's phone?
So I had 2 separate phones, and one phone he used just for that. The other one was my phone that I
Okay.
tote around with me every day.
Who else?
My mom.
Okay, so you, your mom, and the second phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's only 2 users.
Yeah.
That's you and your mom.
Mhm.
Not LaLon. There's only 2 phones.
So on my phone, I'm logged in.
Yes. You're logged in and Tortia's logged in.
Mhm.
Until after this incident, those are the only 2 phones that are registered with Vivint to have access to the system. When you set up your account on your phone, it logs that data.
Okay.
Okay, so we know whose phone is doing what.
Okay.
So when I asked you earlier what happened on the 12th, I'm asking you that because there's a bunch of videos that were deleted on the 12th. And they were only deleted by one user, and that's either you or your mom. So I'm asking you what happened on the 12th to cause a bunch of videos to be deleted. If something happened where you hit LaLon, I don't care. He probably deserved it, to be honest with you. But I'm just trying to understand the dynamics inside the house.
Like just basically it was a big argument between him and I about a lot of the stuff that was going on.
Did you know he was having an affair?
No.
And that while you were in Miami on your way back up and he had your car and he was cleaning it, that he was meeting with this girl and is basically having a child with him? No idea? Okay. I'm just trying to figure out what caused this fight.
The fact that I was in sex with him and if you go through my phone,
Right.
you would see the history of that all the time. But he was trying to do evil stuff to me a lot. So it's like I couldn't do nothing but try to stay home and protect the kids, and stuff, because I just didn't know what he would. My main goal was just to get him out of there.
Right.
And that day, he was hiding stuff. I was hiding his stuff. Well, basically my stuff, his stuff, that because he had stole something from somebody, and I was trying to hide it to show it for evidence, just in case he did something to me. And basically I didn't want to be seen with that stuff, because I knew that was stuff that he took from someone else.
What stuff?
He
On the
had,
wall of the bathroom that he stole from somebody?
and he had a gun, and
Where was the gun at? Did we search the house? What kind of gun?
he probably took it.
Okay. That's probably true. Moved out. So let's go back to the cruise ship again. Is there anything that Jamari said to you that just made you just lose your shit and just kind of just smash the child up and say, you better act straight? Straighten up.
On the cruise?
On a cruise, last day. You guys are in Port of Miami. Okay? She says something to you because you snatch her up. It's on camera.
Though Tyshall still vehemently denies ever deleting key evidence from her family's in-home security cameras, detectives had completely cornered her at this point. The medical examination and digital forensics were fully aligned, making it impossible for Tyshall's claim that Jamaria's injuries were minor and accidental to hold. And what they were about to start revealing made this crime far more chilling than anyone could have imagined.
I just know that every time I acted out as a kid, I would get pinched. So,
But describe that to me. So, where would you get, where you get pinched have some relevance to what you did wrong?
right. So, when I did pinch her, I let him know. What I was saying was, every time she does something wrong today, I'm gonna pinch her.
Okay.
That's what I would tell him. If she does something wrong today, I'm gonna pinch her.
And where would you pinch her at?
On her arm, just outside, I'll grab her chest, stomach, the stomach area, where I used to get pinched at, and just...
Is that what happened to her nipples?
What happens to her nipples?
Well, her nipples are gone.
I never touched her nipples.
Well, you made me, it's kind of curious because you say that, wherever she messes up, she'll get pinched, but then she's flashing a boy on the boat, and now her nipples are missing.
Well, when that was after the fact.
I apologize for the gruesomeness of it, but I've had to stare at it for 2 months. Look at her nipples.
I didn't see that.
Well, I'm not asking if you saw it, I'm asking if you knew about it, if you did it.
No, I didn't do that.
Do you see all the marks all over her body?
Yes.
Her autopsy report's over 26 pages long because they have to identify all these marks. And a lot of these marks on her body are pinch marks.
Chillingly, the revelation was that her boyfriend's daughter had suffered so much physical trauma and was met with no remorse or visible emotion from Tyshall, making this case even more horrifying. And the only excuse she now clung to was once again blaming Jamaria herself.
What was going through your head?
What was probably going through my head was that, probably I'm tired of talking to you, listen, do what you're supposed to do. A lot of times I just felt like I was the one protecting her, for her to turn around and not listen to me. when I'm the one keeping you protected from your dad. So I did have moments that I did react to being tired of her not listening to me.
Do you remember what she had not listened to on that day?
That's what I was trying to think of. I think it was the fact that she was being sexual. I think it was the sexual thing that made me react like that, because I felt like she's too little of a girl to be talking about and asking my older girls about sex and asking them why they want tape penis in their asshole and stuff like that. I just probably was overwhelmed with all of that.
So in our line of work, usually if we see something in a 9-year-old that says that, it makes us wonder where they learned it from, right? And if she didn't learn it from you, who's the other guy figure she has in the house?
Right.
So I understand it's frustrating that she may be asking questions like that, but there may be an underlying reason as to why she's asking those questions.
Well, with me, I would always ask her. I would always try to get down and get her understanding from her. And she was just like, she saw her auntie doing those things, and, that they were allowed to have a boyfriend before they moved with us and stuff.
Well,
Earlier, Tyshal had also claimed that Jamaria sprained her ankle after tripping over the dog food. But 2,820 home security videos were discovered. Detectives had already reviewed that security footage, and the digital evidence did not support her explanation.
well, and there's another video too of her running in place. You had her running in place, and then for whatever reason, you kick her from behind. She trips over the bag of dog food. That's when she sprained her ankle. I mean, that's because the next video with her in it, she's wearing an ankle wrap. It fits. There's no video of her wandering through the downstairs living room, tripping over a bag of dog food. There's a video of her proceeding wearing a wrap on her foot, of her running in place and you kicking her and her falling over a bag of dog food. So it's kind of like a half truth, and that's.
If she sprung her ankle at that time, I did not know.
No, that's fine. But I'm telling you that you kicked her over a bag of dog food, and she may have sprained her ankle at that time, right? But there's no video of her wandering around the room.
She also insisted that Lawan was responsible for supervising his daughter. However, digital records confirmed that he often didn't have access to the house code and was repeatedly stuck outside the residence, unable to enter.
I have every video, every person that's been in your house, from the pest control guy that you canceled when your mom was there, to Lawan, to Deshara's boyfriend and Denai's boyfriend they snuck in, from them smoking weed to them drinking alcohol, and I have all of that.
Right. I mean, he told me that he's the one that set the code for the front door. The side door, he don't have the code for that. He didn't have the code for that one.
Spends a lot of time outside standing in front of the door looking like an idiot for someone that has a code.
Maybe the chain was on the door.
This is why I wanted to talk with you, though. You can see you spent 2.5 months figuring out what happened. Videos, texts, reports from Carnival. I wanted to ask you why. And you're kind of disclosing some of that. What was going through your head? Who else is involved? Are you the only person who should be sitting in that seat, or should someone else be? Is there a reason behind this?
Just don't
Is there an
think that
explanation?
it's nothing that I did physically that could have caused her death. That's just. I mean, I know what he told me, so that's what I was leaning more towards. But
What who told you?
well, not me, but told her. He basically let her know that he was gonna kill her. So I mean, I didn't know if that was a scare tactic or what, but I honestly.
So what do you think
Nothing
Lawan
that could
did?
have caused her to die.
What do you think Lawan did?
I don't know.
Well, you see the marks on her.
Right.
Who caused those marks? You, Lawan, someone else?
I mean, I feel like
Everyone?
one did.
You feel like he did, or you know he did?
Only other people it could be is my kids, and I know they didn't do that.
He turned their attention to the events of the day before Jamaria's death.
What about her face? Were you aware that her face was swollen? She'd been hit or suffered some kind of injury to her head where it caused her face to swell up? Do you know about that?
No.
No?
I mean, when I saw her, I just thought,
What about the 16th, the day prior? Do you know about it?
no.
Denia texts you and says, hey, maybe we should reschedule this flight, let it slowly go down on her head or face. Denia texts you that. Denia saw it.
Did I respond?
Yes. There was a whole conversation. We've got a lot of conversations between you, Denia, you, Deshara, you, Denia, Deshara, you and Lawan, you and your mom, and Lawan. We have all those conversations. Everything.
Remember, he took everyone's phone.
Yeah.
Just being honest with you.
I don't recall that.
On June 16th, Tyshal, her daughters, and Jamaria had missed a flight from Florida to California because Jamaria wasn't feeling well. Tyshal gave her a banana and Gatorade, which she vomited, and despite trying to help her into a wheelchair, the delay caused them to miss the flight. Tyshal later rebooked it for June 25th. When they returned home, the detectives uncovered evidence of the brutal tactics that Jamaria had been subjected to. In one chilling incident, one of Tyshal's children used boiling water to straighten Jamaria's hair. The water splashed onto her already injured foot, but she didn't react, as she was wearing a compression sock. When the sock was removed, the skin on top of her foot had come off. No medical attention was ever sought for her injuries.
I know that you received a Snapchat photo of her foot when it was burnt from Ozaria. It was on your phone, opened. Just because you delete something doesn't
No, Ozaria told me that I found out that she said she took the picture to show me.
You have a
But
picture.
I never saw the picture.
You have a picture on your phone.
I never saw it.
Jamaria's foot that was opened, and the only reason why I know it was open because it wouldn't be there unless it was opened.
But she said that she used my phone to take the picture.
But you received it from another Snapchat account.
I don't recall.
You live in the same house. Why does she need to send you a picture?
Because they all talk like that. They all talk.
Maria's in the same room as you at some point. She's in the same room as you when she passed away.
I mean, you even had her soak in the pool because you have a saltwater pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the wounds to give her some kind of relief, right? She's not allowed to swim. She can soak in there. That's what you said.
I think that because for her ankle, she's twisted her ankle.
Okay.
And I know, like, anytime I've gotten an injury or the girls, I let them know, like, the salt water make it feel better or relax it or whatever.
Injury like that burn? Is that why she was soaking her foot?
No, if I would not put a burn inside.
I don't know on that.
And then the detectives struck the final blow, and Tyshal's assertion that she had only lightly disciplined Jamaria fell apart without a trace of credibility.
Did Seven bite her again? And just so you know, she had a laceration behind her ear that looked like it was caused by a dog bite. So across her head, she had a bite mark here and a bite mark here where he grabbed her across the back of her head. When that incident occurred, that you said was you and Ozaria and Jamaria in that room, did Seven bite her?
I'm not that I know of.
Okay. Were you telling the dog to bite her? Because that's what it sounds like in the video. You're holding the dog back with a leash. I'm going to let you get her.
No. I probably use it as a scare tactic or something like, go, but nothing. No. Heck no.
Okay. So how did she have a puncture behind her ear?
I didn't see, I'm not aware of that. I didn't know anything about it.
Well, she did. She got a puncture from behind her ear and across the side of her face was like a big dog bite. Seven was a big dog.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Tyshal's shoulders are completely slumped, a clear sign of guilt. But detectives had one final, damning piece of evidence.
So it's kind of like it's kind of like death by 1,000 cuts. You ever heard of that? Like you get a little paper cut and it doesn't kill you, right? You get a lot of them. Well, then now your immune system's jacked up because it has to fix these things. It requires energy from your body, so you break down muscle, which breaks down proteins that go in your kidney. It's a whole thing, right? And then she has all these injuries that are staggered and historically long. So she's been whipped, she's been pinched, she's been punched, teeth broken, bit in the back of the head by a dog, possibly. She has all these injuries that her body is trying to to fix, right? All at one time, and it's a lot. And then she's not given nutrition. She's not given proper amounts of water. She's not given proper amounts of food. And we know this because during the autopsy, we empty their stomachs. We check their bladders. I know what color her urine is. Her urine looked like coffee. She had so little fluids in her body that we barely didn't get enough blood because her body didn't have enough hydration. So we know she was dehydrated. We know she wasn't fed. And we know she has all these injuries that she's trying to recover from.
I fed her literally every day on the cruise, every day since we...
Here's what happens. When your body can't get food, it breaks down muscle. So I tell you not to starve yourself because you'll lose all your muscle mass. So your body breaks down this muscle to try to repair itself. Well, the problem is a lot of protein goes in the kidneys. Kidneys aren't built for that. They shut down. And then she dies. So literally preventable from one, not hitting the child like that, not making her exercise like that, not pinching her like that, not having her teeth broke, not having her dog bit, but hydration. The child died because she wasn't given water, enough water. That's why she died.
And from her injury.
But I did. I mean, like, there's no... she's never been deprived of no food. Like, everyone has full access to everything in the house.
2,820 photo or videos. I know that number because I've watched every one of them more than once.
Okay.
I rarely, if ever, I see Ozari, I see Denai, I see Luan, I see you, I see everybody getting food.
Well, not me.
You get food.
I don't eat, trust me.
You don't eat often, but you eat more than Jamaria did.
No. Listen, Jamaria moved into our house eating cereal and noodles. If she lost a lot of weight because she told us, because we had meals, she told us that's not what she wants to eat. Dad told her she has to eat those meals that is served to her. So Jamaria lost weight because she couldn't eat cereal and noodles anymore. We found out that me cleaning up the house and stuff like that, we found out that she had been taking her dinners, stuffing it in her backpack, stuffing it in corners, stuffing it under the couch, which is why we got so many roaches now, because they had been taking the food that was cooked for them, placing it other places. But they still had full access to it. I've never told her not one time she could not go in the kitchen, eat nothing, any of that. I don't know if Dad
For
told
a child
her.
that spends a day in a corner because she didn't disobey her dad or her mom or whatever, if she can't even get out of the corner because to use the bathroom,
I would never
she's so
leave
scared.
her in the corner for a day. I would never tell her she can't get out
You
of the
said
corner.
she was in the corner so long she peed herself.
That was on the ship, sir.
But that's my point, is that her mindset, she's 9 years old, she's not an adult. She's so scared of you and Luan that she would stand in the corner and piss herself.
Well, she told me that she did that because he told her she couldn't leave out the time out for anything.
She's so scared. Her dad's a million miles away in her mind. She's out in the ocean. She's on another country. Dad's so far away.
And
That's mental abuse. She's so programmed and so scared of both of you that she will do whatever it takes.
I don't think she was scared of me.
I saw the videos.
Even when I disciplined her, she would let me know. She was like, "Mom, I understood what I did, etc., whatever."
Most of you kids do. You know why? Because they don't want it to happen again.
Right.
They will tell you what you want to hear. I'll be your best friend. Don't hit me again.
Right.
She didn't mean it.
I can honestly say I didn't abuse her. I mean,
What is that?
I would let her dad deal with her. I probably had times
What is this?
like that, I would say.
That's
There was
abuse.
times-
Is that not abuse?
There were times where I did, get overwhelmed. But that was not, I've never left a bruise on her. Like,
What about those pinch?
I told you I didn't know that it was from the pinch marks.
Those aren't bruises. Those are cuts from the nail going in. There are some bruises where somebody grabbed her by the arm and dug their nails in and kind of probably pulled her up the stairs or something. But there's a lot of those are actual pinch marks from your fingernails.
Okay, well, I didn't cause all those, and I didn't know that, cuts. I've never seen any bruises on her from me disciplining her.
You didn't see those cut marks from the pinch?
Yeah, the ones on her arm.
That's all you saw?
Yeah.
So we're going to leave here today with the story of you did all this, you've never abused her, and you only caused the small fraction of the ones on her arm. That's the story you want to leave with, that you want to take to court and say, here, this is my story. I didn't abuse her. The video was me, but I didn't abuse her. And only the pinch marks on her arm for me. The rest of them are from Lawan, which wasn't there at that house since the 13th. And a lot of these were fresh. But you're going to go, it wasn't me. You're alone with this child.
She was not. I was sick, literally, in bed.
I bet. And you're probably pissed that she won't let you get some sleep.
I would never do anything to kill her. I would never deprive her of food or any of that. Drink, nothing.
The videos of the 15th we have. The videos of the 12th we do not. They're all
Yeah,
deleted.
that's one thing, the videos of the 12.
And then those are the videos that show Zari and Jamaria fighting. They show, Lawan fighting or abusing her. I've been through 2,820 videos. I don't see Lawan.
Right. But it happened. And he was just smart. He knew where all the cameras were.
He also didn't give a shit. He wasn't a dad.
Did he tell you to delete those videos, or you did that on your own?
As far as the videos, he was the one that brought it to my attention about the videos, because I wasn't me. I'm thinking, she's been found in her sleep. I'm not thinking. I couldn't think that far.
But
So
you didn't think to delete the ones of you kicking her and pushing her and everything?
I didn't see those videos.
She's so used to cover. So there's one time where he almost got caught by his PO for being out past curfew or driving or something, and she wrote a damn letter to his PO covering for him because he got caught driving on suspended driver's license. So she fakes an injury, writes a letter to the PO to cover for him. You always cover for him.
Yeah, he made me fake that.
So now can you understand why Jamaria would be conditioned to stand in the corner and say she has to pee herself even if he's not around? You're the same way. You're sitting there between two cops where he can't touch you and you're afraid of him. Not saying that's your fault, that's his fault, but I'm just pointing it out to you so that you see it.
Because even now, like, I'm in jail, I'll be in jail and he still has full control over my child. So it's like, even now, he would, I don't know.
So then help put him in jail if that's where he belongs. I mean, do what you can.
Honestly.
To be honest, obviously don't make something up, but
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
encourage your family to be honest if they know information that can help. We don't want anybody to make anything up.
Because
Obviously.
here, it's a crime to lie, right?
Yeah.
And we will charge them if they're lying.
Right.
So we need to have something that they say and something we can prove it with.
You see, we have a lot of information, so we likely would know if someone's making something up.
Right.
We don't want that.
Right.
We don't want anybody to do that. We've had enough of that.
I wouldn't want anyone to do it either.
I appreciate you talking to us and being honest with us. I know that's hard, I'm sure.
In a nearly 3-hour interrogation, with the horrors of Jamaria's torture looming over every question, detectives pressed relentlessly, seeking a confession. But Tyshal refused to admit to anything. Her guilt, however, was undeniable from the moment that she stepped into the room. So why did Tyshal Martin do what she did? How could any human subject a 9-year-old girl to such brutality? Investigators believe a toxic mix of control, rage, and jealousy fueled her actions. Jamaria had become a scapegoat for Tyshal's frustrations. A key turning point appeared to be June 12th, when Tyshal discovered that Lawan had gotten another girl pregnant. The argument that followed escalated, with Tyshal even spraying bug spray on him, and Lawan moving out in the early hours of June 13th. This incident may have intensified Tyshal's anger, and tragically, Jamaria, already suffering, became the target, culminating in the horrifying attack by the family's Rottweiler. Even more disturbing is how much of this could have been prevented. From the moment Jamaria and her younger sister were taken from their father and placed in Taishal's care, family members repeatedly requested welfare checks.
My point is that her mindset, she's 9 years old, she's not an adult. She's so scared of you and Luan that she would stand in the corner and piss herself.
Well, she told me that she did that because he told her she couldn't leave out the time out for anything.
She's so scared. Her dad's a million miles away in her mind. She's out in the ocean. She's on another country. Dad's so far away.
And
That's mental abuse. She's so programmed and so scared of both of you that she will do whatever it takes.
I don't think she was scared of me.
I saw the videos.
In March 2024, the Department of Children also requested a welfare check, but it came to nothing. This was less than 3 months before Jamaria's death. After her passing, officers wrote letters of regret to their superiors and to their own consciences, admitting they were sick to their stomachs and could not sleep. But their letters don't bring little Jamaria back, a girl who died without anyone to truly protect her. Following her arrest, Taishal Martin faced formal charges of first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, and child neglect. A grand jury indicted her in September of 2024, and prosecutors are pursuing the death penalty. Luan Sessions was also charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child for his alleged failure to intervene and stop the abuse. Both Taishal and Luan are being held at the Lake County Jail in Florida as they await trial, currently rumored for February of 2026. Taishal remains behind bars without bond, while Luan, initially arrested in Orange County on a Lake County warrant, was later transferred to join her. It's almost impossible to put into words the void left by Jamaria's death. Her younger sister, suddenly separated from her only confidant, now faces grief and trauma far beyond her years. Family, friends, and even those who investigated her case are left haunted by the loss of a child who deserved love, care, and a chance at a normal life. Her story challenges us to act when warning signs appear, to listen when voices plead for help, and to hold abusers accountable. While justice may come through the courts, the moral responsibility rests with all of us to see, to act, and to protect the innocent before it's too late. I hope you enjoyed this production, and make sure to subscribe so we can keep creating the best crime videos out there and bring real stories to the light. Thank you.